Ladies and gentlemen, this video is to show the setup for 3 and 4 players. The process that will be used here for our games will be similar, but we need to be adding more cards. And for this reason, first I will start with selecting the reaction cards from the additional event cards. There are 4 reaction cards. I can tell them apart from the others because they have blue element in the left top corner, and the bonus cards because their numbers, ID numbers, are followed by a plus sign. So there are 6 extra event cards and there are 4 reaction cards. If we are playing the game, if we are preparing the game for the 3 players, we will be adding those 4 reaction cards into the deck. So 34 cards. If we are playing the 4-player game, we are adding also those 6 cards into the deck. There is one more thing, just like we have seen at the beginning of the on the video for about the setup for the 2 players. The number of the cards that people should receive before is always one lower than this handy card is showing us. So after adding the reaction cards for the game with 3 people, if we give it a shuffle, 3 players receive 3 cards each. And we know for certain that they are, sorry, 2 cards each. Yes. When the games are being designed, it's easy to make a mistake, but they always need to be one lower than what this handy card is showing us. So you always have 2 cards that are guaranteed that are not the mm, crisis card. But if we are playing 4-player game, this deck would be starting with those additional 6 ones, and 4 players receive 2 cards each. So now we have to add to this deck crisis cards. But regardless whether it's a 3-player game or a 4-player game, we add 2 crisis cards at random from among those 3 extra ones. So we do not know what exactly crisis cards are in our game. And then we split the deck again between these 6 piles. I will spare, ladies and gentlemen, I will spare you the seeing the splitting into the decks. Let's assume that it has been done. In a moment when the event deck will be ready and construed, for 4 players it will consist of 40 cards. For 3 players, a little bit more less, but the same process that you have seen in the 2-player video is present in the 3-player game and 4-player game. That is basically we have to prepare the court. And once again, the most important thing to remind our players is that the number of the courtiers varies between the games. So 3 players, there will be 8 courtiers, but with 4 players, it's actually 10 courtiers. There is one more difference between the player count of 3 and 4. If we are playing with 3-player games, every player has 3 influence tokens. So those 5, not all 5 are necessarily in every game. But if we are playing the 4-player game, it's actually every player has 4 influence tokens. I hope that this makes it clear the differences between the 2 players, 4 players and 3 players setup. In case of doubt, the rule book, but also this handy, we hope, handy setup cheat sheet will guide you, ladies and gentlemen, towards the victory. Thank you for your attention.